Okay, I'm going to give you a little demo on how to make a tracking mask. We see here this footage is very dark in the face, and yet the sky is very bright behind. It's actually an accidental clip from trying to see if the GoPro was on. GoPro quality footage isn't that great, but we're going to make the connection here anyway. So what we want to do is we want to track the face and put one particular clip, one particular mask on that. So we're going to go get RGB curves and drag it into this image. And I'm going to pull up the shadows by moving on the master side of this and dragging it up, and then actually dragging down the top end, the highlights, because I don't want them to get even more blown out. So I'm not going to go too far because I realize that the image is not completely redeemable, but at least I can see a little bit more. Let's see if I move this up. Is that better? No, not really. So I think I will leave it just like this. Now I'm on this one clip. I'm only going to correct the one clip at the moment. But the shape of my head is actually an oval. So I could go into this filter and add an oval mask. And when I do that, I don't know why it got smaller just there. I'll make it bigger again. I get a circle. I can drag that circle up to the point of my head and drag it in and position it correctly. Then I can pull out the feathering aspect of it by pulling on this little handle. And I can see what happens if I invert it. It will make me much darker and the background much lighter. We don't want that, so I'm going to click back to keep it in line with my original choices. But now as I go over time, my head will be in different positions, right? So what I need to do is start at the beginning of the clip, position the mask, and then I want to go into this mask path. And I'm going to press Track Selected Mask Forward. And Premiere will move the mask along with the shape as long as it's defined enough. And as it moves, it's putting in keyframes so that it will continue to be in the right position. This is much better than you having to find the keyframes yourself. You can also change the feathering right here in the list, but you can do it graphically in the image as well. So we'll track forward, and then we will stop right at the end. And now if we were to play that back, go to the beginning and press the space bar, we see that the image looks much better than it did before. I have a series of these images here. So that's how you do a tracking mask. It can be very helpful.